What up, peeps? This is Get With It Sports, place where you get your sports with a little swag. I'm Glass.
I'm Brandon.
The best tag team tandem out here in sports talk. About to give you another episode 70, the big 7-0. Here of the 2 cent deposit on sports, a place where we give you our 2 cents on the recent topics in the sports world. First of all, we want to thank you for taking the time to watch the show. While you're here, go ahead, click the subscribe button to the channel so you can be alerted to all the episodes we have here at Get With It Sports 2 on YouTube. Bruh, everything good?
Morning, everybody.
Yeah, okay. This is recorded on a Thursday, actually noon on Thursday. This is actually going to be the first time in a long time. This will be MLB related. We don't talk about baseball too much during the season, but of course in the playoffs, lots of jumping off. Lots of has been jumping off, and we will get to that ASAP. Right now, at the time, we have the ALCS, American League Championship Series between the Boston Red Sox and the Houston Astros, defending champions. We also have the NLCS, the National League Championship Series between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Milwaukee Brewers. But let's go start off on what just jumped off last night, and everybody's happy. I don't know if it's a controversy. Everybody got their own opinions, and we're gonna give you our 2 cents on the play that happened last night. I think it was Game 4. In the first inning, Jose Altuve looked like he hit a home run. Of course, Mookie Betts jumped up against the wall to catch the ball, and they saying there was fan interference. Joe West, the Hall of Fame umpire. Oh, was he the umpire? Yeah, I don't know if he was the umpire. I think he was on the line. First base line, if I ain't mistaken. Anyway, he met up with the rest of the officiating crew, and they called it an out for fan interference. Now, hopefully, I'm gonna try to put the video up during this episode. If not, I will give you the link to the video that me and Brandon seen, and you tell us what you think about it. But Brandon, I'm going to give you my what are my thoughts on it. I looked at the video. Mookie Betts, as athletic as he is, I think he would have caught the ball. But everybody's saying that he went up. The fan went to go reach for one of the fans went to go reach for the ball. His glove was open. When he got at the top of the apex of his jump, they saying that the fan touched his glove, that closed it, and it was fan interference. To me, it looked like he closed it too soon. I think he closed it too soon. It wasn't the fan's fault. And he just missed the opportunity of robbing a home run. He looked like he went straight up. Now, if he went to the crowd, I don't know how the rule is, but if he went to the crowd, then there should be no interference because you went into the stands. And to me, I think it should have been a home run. What you think?
I think it was definitely fan interference. Don't nobody know if he was going to catch the ball or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, the fan being there, you know, or interfering with him, because it was timing off whether he closed. The fan hit the glove. Maybe he thought that was the ball.
Okay.
Closed the glove like he did or whatever. But I think it was definitely fan interference. I think he should be out, you know, and fans should get kicked out.
Kicked out?
Yeah, he can get kicked out of the game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
now,
yeah. Yeah.
So
okay.
okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, because he's jumping up, so maybe the fan not getting kicked out because you can't
Okay.
tell the player finna jump up that high to get the ball. But
Okay.
I mean, the glove was right there in the fan face.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, he got up there, so
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm saying. It was definitely fan interference, and if he closed the glove, which it looked like he did just hairs too soon, is because the fan touched the glove, which he don't know if the ball touched the glove or the fan. So it's time to close the glove when you feel something touch the glove. So that's my thought on it. Yeah, he should have been out. I wouldn't give him no home run. Yeah, he should have been out. I wouldn't give him no ground rule double. No, you out. Mm-hmm.
Okay, can I admit this right here?
Okay.
Use the language, everybody. That's why I fuck with this man right here when it comes to sports, because every time he says something, I admit when I'm wrong. I'm going to go ahead and admit that I'm wrong on this right here. I agree with you. Now I'm going as everybody's saying he closed the fan helped him close the fan forced him to close the glove. But after listening to what you're saying is that the fact that the fan touched the glove, he thought he had the ball, and that's why he closed up. Okay, I get with you on that. I mean, you know what? I go with you on that one. So I agree with you.
It makes sense, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. He thought, boom, it's a boom boom reaction. Something hit my glove,
right.
close up, thinking it's the ball, but it was actually the fan. Okay. You know what, people? I admit when I'm wrong, so I'll go ahead and change my homer to an out because yes, it was fan interference. Now people trying to say with the angle, you can't see if he was actually in there or he went straight up. The wall he went straight up where he would have caught the ball. I ain't gonna lie. He would have caught it. He was up there. He would have caught that ball.
My personal opinion, I think he would have caught that ball.
I do too.
Yeah.
He had enough. It ain't like it would have been.
This ain't a Morsi salute type thing, right?
Right. So, all right, bro. Okay, I admit when I'm wrong. You was right. I agree. Me and Brandon gonna agree that it should have been. It was the play was an out. We agree that it was an out. Whether it cost, I don't know if it's gonna cost the game because Boston won 8-6. It would have been. I don't know if anybody. I can't remember if anybody else was on base, but Boston won that game. They lead the series 3-1. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Cool. All right, bro. Now let's get to the NLCS, and we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna call him your boy, Manny Machado. And his what I want to call it, inopportune playing around during the game. Now, if everybody didn't know, this was Tuesday night, I believe it was. Manny Machado hit a base, hit a grounder. Shortstop called it, threw it to first base, threw it to Jesus Aguilar, caught the ball. Manny playing around. I'm just gonna say playing around. I don't think he intentionally meant to try to hurt Aguilar. He kicked his foot, so he glanced over first base, he tagged with his right. I think he glanced Aguilar's foot with his left. Aguilar took exception to it. Both benches clear. It wasn't a broad. They're just seeing what's going on. Of course, Aguilar was kind of upset at Manny for doing that because if you look at it in slow motion, he was moving so fast that he actually kicked his foot off the base and, kicked him in his ankle, and he could have twisted his ankle or sprained it, however you want to say. And, Aguilar like, dude, don't be doing no ish like that, So come to find out Wednesday, he was fined $10,000 for the act. I don't think he made any. I don't know if he's going to put a grievance in on the situation or not. But let's talk about Manny real quick because he's doing some stuff. I think he'll be a free agent next year, right? Yeah, he's looking for a max contract, like $300 million. But he making some statements that his action and his statements are kind of messing with his money. That situation right there. And then he says Machado was jogging. What game was it? I can't remember what game it was. But anyway, Machado was jogging to first base on the ground ball that he hit. Game 2. Too short in game 2 of the NLCS this week before he made a shocking next day admittance to the Athletic that obviously, quote, obviously, I'm not going to change. I'm not the type of player that's going to be Johnny Hustle. That's not me. That's not my cup of tea. Now, I don't know if you want to hear that from a guy that's trying to get a $300 million contract. You ain't going to hustle? So you telling me you know what I'm saying? He wasn't walking first base, but he jogged where he ain't even try to make it, and he going to admit something like this, number one. So my question to you, Brandon, is the reason why I said this is your boy, because he'll be a free agent, and your beloved Chicago Cubs are looking at him. Now, after everything that's been said and done, do you think you think the Cubs should go after him and pay him the $300 million? Oh, wait. Let me take that back. Another reason why I'm saying this your boy, because between the Yankees, which is your other team, the New York Yankees, or the Chicago Cubs, do you think either one of them teams should be going after paying him just throw $300 million at him, knowing that he half-assing stuff?
Trust me.
Okay.
They're gonna have a long conversation with him, before they get him through anybody, Cubs, Yankees, Padres, anybody, before they give him $300 million. I'm sure that statement will be recanted by him and his agent, before that contract is signed, because you don't even say nothing. That's stupid. Asking
right.
that shows a lack of commitment and maturity.
Right.
So because it's not just ownership, that is looking at that, but these are potential teammates.
Mm-hmm.
And they like, shit, this one already said he ain't finna hustle or whatever, and I'm busting my ass. I'm trying to win.
Right.
You ain't got a sure hit or a home run, you're not running. So yeah, I think I don't think it's gonna stop teams from looking at them, but I think it's gonna definitely change that meeting.
Right.
Just that, yeah.
I kind of agree with you. Yeah, it throws up a red flag. You making a statement like this. Now, let's not forget he's coming from a losing culture, and I'm not making any excuses for Machado. He's coming from a losing culture of the Baltimore Orioles, so he may be not used to going all out. And you don't go all. I see. This is where you're making this statement, but this is the NLCS. You trying to make it to the World Series, and you admitting me you half-assing?
Right.
So I got a problem with that, man.
Yeah, how serious are you taking it?
So I don't know, like I said, I know what coach you coming from, the losing coach of the Baltimore Ravens, but they ain't no excuse for you half-assing when we're trying to win a National League championship.
Well, I'm sure there was some words said after he said it,
right.
By the Dodgers,
Okay. All right. Yeah, I agree.
The series ain't over.
I like Manny Machado, and he is that type of talent. Whether I pay him the max $300 million is up to question. If I have a chance between getting Manny Machado or Bryce Harper, I think I go get Bryce Harper. You know what I'm saying? I've matched up the stats, how many home runs, how many hits, and all that other stuff. But I know Bryce Harper hustle. Now, health-wise, it's up to question, but at least I know he's going to hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's all I'm going to say about that. So you got anything else with that situation before we move on?
No. I'm
going to hit you again with some Chicago Cubs stuff right now.
Much money involved with that, yeah.
So all right, let me ask you this. Will you be G for your Cubs to go get him? Or Bryce Harper? Let me put you out there on blast.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay. All right. You ponder on that, and we're gonna get back with you on that later. All right,
Definitely.
man. Yo, Chicago Cubs fired hitting coach Chili Davis following a disappointing finish to their 2018 season. Davis was hired last year after spending 3 seasons in the same role with the Boston Red Sox. His stint on Joe Maddon's staff lasted just 1 season after the Cubs' star-studded offense struggled in 2018. Although their lineup featured a bevy of all-star caliber hitters, including Anthony Rizzo, former MVP Chris Bryant, and 2018 MVP candidate Javier Baez, the Cubs still struggled at the plate, failing to score more than 1 run in 39 regular season games. Whoa, I didn't know that. Their stagnant bats came to haunt them when it mattered most, as Chicago ranked among the worst offensive teams in the league during the second half of 2018. A sudden inability to score ended up costing the Cubs their division lead, and they lost both the NL Central tiebreaker game and the NL wildcard game on consecutive days at Wrigley Field while scoring just 2 runs over 2 games. It's a fireable offense, I guess you could say. But moving on, Chili Davis had a statement to say about what's going on in the dugout, I guess you could say, with the players. Now I didn't know this. Davis was the 6th hitting coach in 8 seasons under GM Theo Epstein's regime. Y'all ran through a whole lot of hitting coaches. Quote by Chili Davis is, the driving, he drives, I guess he tells people he drives from Chicago to, I think he lives in Arizona, to clear his mind. So he stated that the drive gives him a little time to think about things. I guess I need to make some adjustments in the way I deliver my message to the millennial players now. I need to make those adjustments for the next job I get, if there is one, but without losing my identity. Because I know what I know, and I know what I bring is not wrong. I'm not going to blame myself for this. I'm not going to blame anyone. It didn't work. So he's basically saying that he must have had a little problems with the millennials. Now he's saying that he didn't have any problems with Zobrist and all the old timers. It's like he couldn't get to the millennials. Now he's been a hitting coach for many, many years, decades. He was a great player when he played. I think it was it Oakland? I think it was Oakland. I can't remember what team it was. But anyway, do you believe it's Chili Davis' fault, or the fact that the star players didn't want to take time to listen to what he had to say?
I believe it's both.
I agree.
On both parts.
I agree.
It's because I can definitely see where the millennial players, they got a certain way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's wrong to say a certain way, but a culture of how they do things.
You got their own mechanics.
The mechanics. And then you got the older guys like Zobrist and, the veteran. I mean, he may be the oldest player on the team.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
So he's more receptive to what Chili Davis is saying. I think as a coach, you have to know your players and say, okay, it's a coach, teacher, like school teacher, whatever. Mm-hmm. Everybody does differently. So as a coach, you have to learn, how can I get through to this individual?
Okay.
What is it I need to say, or what is it I need to do? What is it that he needs to hear to understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
And maybe he hadn't figured that out, with the Cubs, and they only gave him a year or whatever. And this team here, everybody know, like, when you started off talking about them, this star-studded roster, they can hit. Right. They've led the league in hits and home runs and runs scored last couple years. Mm-hmm. So they can hit. So when you see a downturn like that, 39 games scoring only 1 run or less, That's huge.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I don't think that was their ultimate demise. Their ultimate demise, well, it was their ultimate demise. I said they didn't hit enough,
Right.
but I don't think it was the total problem that they had for the season.
Okay.
I think those injuries and pitching played a huge part in that too. Somebody's going to fall on the guillotine. This is a World Series team.
Right.
They compete every last few years they compete for the World Series, and they still got that type of team. So somebody gonna pay.
Mm-hmm.
Can't fire the players. So that's just how it goes.
Okay.
I don't blame Chili Davis for the lack of hitting. I mean, it's a 25-man roster.
Right.
But somebody got to pay.
I got you. Okay. I agree with you. I'm not gonna put it all on Chili Davis' plate. I think it's both. Yes, maybe he couldn't relate to the millennial players. I got that, but then again, you guys got to hit. I don't give a damn. You guys got to hit. You know what I'm saying? And I think one reason, I ain't gonna make an excuse. I'm gonna give a reason. I don't think Chris Bryant was healthy from that shoulder.
Oh, definitely not.
You know what I'm saying? But that's only one player. Like I said, there's 25 players on that roster. You know, so it's y'all was in a funk for a minute. I mean, I ain't gonna say for a minute, for a spell, and y'all couldn't hit. But it wasn't too much. Ain't too much change from last, other than the hitting coach. I get it. He's if everything all said and done, the only thing that was changed was the hitting coach. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he couldn't relate. I would have gave him time to relate. But like we always know, when they're in baseball, your hitting coach or your bench coach, in football, your coordinators. And that's where I'm about to lead to you. Another question to you about your Cubs. Whenever your coordinators get fired, you know who's next in line. Like you said, the players ain't going to get fired. You fire the hitting coach. Next one up is the head coach or the manager in baseball.
Right.
So with this move being made, and we talked about this off air, I think I came to you, how I hear some Cub fans want Joe Maddon's head. We fired the hitting coach. If the season next year go wrong, is that a five offense for Joe Maddon? And I don't know how long his contract is. Let me just
this actually, he has one more year on his contract.
Oh, and I think he did. They're not even trying to get
they had usually around this time you get the manager extension if you're gonna keep him or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he hadn't signed an extension yet, or they hadn't offered him one yet. Don't mean that they won't. Before the season start, you pretty much want to get that out of the way before spring training or whatever. So I guess they got a few more weeks or whatever to do that. The manager is usually the next one to go. You can't fire the players or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
As far as our conversation when we talk about Cub fans wanting his head or whatever, like I told you, those are fair weather fans. Okay. I mean, when they was talking that way, the Cubs. I mean, they was still up 4 or 5 games in the National League.
Mm-hmm.
They was leading the National League, by 4 or 5 games. And, even with all the injuries and the hitting walls or whatever, he's still managed to keep this team, heading in the right direction. So, okay, they lose 2 games in a row. I mean, how the hell you going to try to fire a man for lose 2 games in a row and you still got the best record in the National League?
Right.
So I don't those fans, they don't get no what's the word I'm looking for? They suck ass. Yeah,
they don't get credit.
They don't get credit for being fans because they just, you're not going to win 162 games.
Right.
They won 90 plus something games, even with everything that went on.
Exactly.
So one run or less in 39 games, they still won 90 something games.
Right.
So.
Okay, let me ask you this though. Now we just got to say, like I said, Chili Davis, he didn't do a good job. But then again, we can't put it all on Chili Davis because we said off air. We said off air when we went with our discussion at the job that he made Joe Maddon made some like head scratching plays. Like, what the hell you doing here? But that's Joe Maddon. That's what you get with Joe Maddon. You know what I'm saying?
And when you hired him, when they hired him, that's you already knew his managerial style. What he do, you know.
Right. But when he was at Tampa Bay, he did the same thing, and they was winning. But then after a while, it like fell on deaf ears, and people, you know, and it seemed like what he was doing fell to deaf ears on Tampa Bay, and he was useless. I ain't gonna say useless, and he wasn't winning like he used to. Hence, I don't know, did he get fired from Tampa Bay, and then the Cubs picked him up, or I can't remember how that went. But the Cubs picked him up. But the Cubs picked him up, and now it seemed like the same thing going. You know, everything was all hunky dory when you was winning. So you had your first year. I think y'all. I'm not, you know, I don't give a damn too much about the Cubs. But the first year, it went well. Y'all did better. Then the second year, if I ain't mistaken, y'all won the championship, right? Won the World Series.
Right.
But that culture he brought up in there was exciting. It was new. It was refreshing. Now it seems like it's getting stale. And like we just said, after one of your coaches get fired, you up next. So you better go ahead. Now, to come next season, is it like I got to win the World Series? Or I'm going to lose my job, or y'all be satisfied making it to the playoffs and might probably lose in the playoffs?
Well, you got, like I said, you got to look at the total package. I mean, he was still managing in Texas when he came. You know, he had 1 year left on his contract or whatever. And I don't think he re-signed with them. He didn't re-sign with them or something. Remember, because the Cubs got accused of tampering, you know, for a minute.
But you meant Tampa Bay. You said Texas. You meant Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm about to say, you about to tell me something new. Okay, all right, go ahead. Yeah. So, okay,
right.
Gotcha.
So he was still with them. And then, like I said, okay, the way he managed, it's different and sometimes unconventional, whatever. But like I said, you got to look at the big picture. I mean, they picked up 2 starting pitchers that didn't give them nothing this year. You know, Hugh Darvish and Chapman. You know,
true.
They got absolutely nothing. Spent $100+ million on Hugh Darvish, and I forgot what they gave Chapman. It wasn't nearly that much, but I mean, he's a starter. You know, so now you don't get those guys right there. So you going into your bullpen those innings because starting pitching out until later when they picked up Cole.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of those starting pitchers out there till late in the season, they picked up Cole, who's very serviceable for them, you know, at the end of the season. So, I mean, you can't blame all on Joe. I mean, what parts does Theo and the upper management play in this? You know, you can only run the race with the horses that you got.
Mm.
You know, so it was a team, just like when they won the World Series. It was a whole team organizational win, and it's a whole team organization loss this year. You know, so I don't think nobody, you know, take the blame for it. Somebody had to, and the first one, like I said, is Chili Davis. I mean, hey, last hire, first fight.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
okay,
that's my thought on the whole.
So you will keep Joe Maddon, however next year go. Well, he got one. Like
I'll give him an extension.
Okay,
he got 1 more year. I would give him an extension, maybe 3 years extension.
Now, let me ask you this, and we're gonna move on because I don't like talking about Cubs too long anyway. This is sickening to me. But But anyway, he lost my train of thought. Now, if y'all want to get rid of Joe Maddon, hey, we take him on the south side.
I know y'all would take.
I
know.
No, but with that,
any others.
All right, stop playing.
Yeah.
All right. But what you think about Joe Girardi? If you find Maddon, I heard somebody, and I'm gonna tell you, I ain't gonna tell you who told me. It was a Cubs fan that told me they would take Joe Girardi over Joe Maddon. What you think about that? Would you take that? or are you still with Matt?
Okay, you're going back to the millennials and all this again.
But
Joe Girardi is old school. Totally.
True.
Totally. You got all these new players on your team rosters or whatever. He been out of the game for a couple of years now.
Yeah, true.
So now they wouldn't listen to Chili Davis. What the hell?
True.
You know, so that's the advantage Madden has. He go back and forth. He could, he can relate to the younger players and the older players.
Okay.
That's his whole thing. So I don't know. I don't know. They had to think really hard about bringing this old school coach manager into the dugout.
Okay, gotcha. All right, man. Good. All right, I like that. Now let's get off this bullshit right here because I'm tired of it. We're gonna move on. Man. All right, this story right here. It's just opinion that I want to hear from you. Is Tampa Bay? No, not Tampa Bay. This is the Marlins. I was gonna say Devil Rays. No, it's the Marlins. The Marlins situation going on. The Miami Marlins. Those attending to Miami Marlins games in 2019 will no longer have a view of the stadium's most iconic element, the home run sculpture in center field. Have you seen the home run sculpture that they talk about? It's ugly as hell, but hey, I didn't pay for it, so you have to check it out. It's a big old colorful apparatus. I think at Dolphins, and every time you hit a home run, the Dolphins flip over and stuff like that. I'll put it down. I'm trying to put it down in the comments when I record this video. Well, we record the video when I edit this video. Anyway, the team has received permission from Miami-Dade County to move the sculpture to the plaza outside Marlins Park, according to the Miami Herald. Red Grooms, the sculptor behind Homer, that's the name of the sculpture, Homer, was opposed to the statue being moved from its home in center field. Groom said he designed it under a $2.5 million contract with the county specifically for the placement. As the artist, he has the right to disavow the work when it's moved, which will remove its value on the art market. The Marlins circumvented this issue by agreeing to pay the Miami-Dade up to $2.5 million should this occur. Marlins CEO Derek Jeter has wanted the sculpture removed since buying the team from Jeffrey Loria in 2017 as part of the ownership group. The plan is for the spot to include a new multi-story spectator area for standing room only ticket holders. The sculptor will not go quietly into the night. However, as it will continue to whir and spin anytime the Marlins hit a home run. Also, at the end of every home win and every day at 3:05 p.m. as a tribute to Miami's original area code. Question to you is, who you Derek Jeter for moving the sculpture or for the sculptor fighting to stay where it's at? I'm going to go ahead and go first, all right? Derek Jeter could do whatever the hell he want because he owned that he owned that team. So y'all going to do whatever I do. I'll pay this man whatever you need to pay. $2.5 million. Here, take this money and get the hell up out of here. He is still on the complex. It can still do its whirling and spinning outside the ballpark.
Right.
Now, my question with Jeter, I'm going to put it like this. Jeter don't like the sculpture. He think it's ugly for the simple fact. You sitting here talking about you're going to replace the sculpture for an area for standing room only ticket holders, and you can't even fill the damn stadium. It ain't like it's wall to wall. You looking for more space. You just don't like the sculpture, and that's your excuse for moving it. But once again, it's your damn team. Do what you will. The sculptor, pay him off his money and be done with it. What you think, bro?
So what? I mean, what are they renting from the sculptor? What? Why
the sculptor? I guess from when he first built it, it was under the Loria regime. He wanted where, once you hit the, how some parks they had, I think Milwaukee Brewers got the dude sliding down the slide into wherever. So when you hit a home run, the thing spins, dolphins flip over, whatever.
Right. So, excuse me. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, when the sculptor was built, did he sell it to the Marlins, or I mean, he letting them borrow it, or what?
No, it's he got to to keep its, like I said, to keep its value, it needs to stay right there. If they move it, because he built it for not, I don't know if he built it for the stadium, he built it for the Miami-Dade County, and if it moved, they owe him $2.5 million if I'm reading this right.
Okay.
And Derek Jeter like, here, take your money, shut the hell up and leave. But he's still trying to fight keeping it in the stadium.
Oh, no, yeah. I'd gave him his money. Get on with that. Yeah. Okay. In the parking lot or wherever you need to take it.
Right.
Or, once you're right, once I buy it from you,
it's mine. It's mine. Right.
Yeah, you can watch me crush it.
But I don't think he bought I don't even know if the Marlins own that stadium. Now I'm thinking about it. I think it's the county. You know what I'm saying? The from what is it called? From the taxes of the county. I think they own the park. Jesus own the team. You know what I'm saying?
If that's the case, he might not be able to move it then.
Yeah, weird. It's something interesting, you know what I'm saying, to see how that turns out. Like I said, I think Jesus just don't like the ugly thing in the middle of the
because they ain't got no standing room. They can go inside the stadium and stand wherever they want.
Thank you. They probably go straight up to the window and buy a ticket. You know what I'm saying? So don't give me that stuff, man. But so you agree? But yeah, I don't. Jeter, we know. Like I said, I own the team. Let me pay this man his money and be done with it.
My whole thing is, fuck that statue. That's the least of your worries. You gotta figure out how to get people.
Very much. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
That's the least of your worries.
I got you. I agree with you. All right, man. Let's jump out of this baseball. We're gonna get back to you when right now, like I said, we gave our picks. I think we said we picked the Astros and we picked the Dodgers to win those series to move on to the World Series. Right now, at this point in time on Thursday afternoon, the Boston Red Sox lead the series 3-1. They got one more game, and the Dodgers lead their series 3-2. So it's going to be interesting how this is going to turn out. So that's the update on that. Let's go ahead and move on to other news. Let me pick your brains and get your 2 cents off of this situation. Nick Bosa, the defensive end for the Ohio State Buckeyes, says that he is done with college football. The potential number 1 overall pick, Nick Bosa, will focus on preparing for the 2019 NFL Draft instead of returning to Ohio State once the defensive end has recovered from a core muscle injury. The Buckeyes announced Tuesday that Bosa has decided to withdraw from school completely and devote his attention to rehabbing the injury and training for the next level. Note, Nick's brother, Joey Bosa, who is a former OSU player and now the defensive ends for the Los Angeles Chargers, made noise when he was drafted 3rd overall in 2016, but remained an unsigned draft pick of his class due to contractual disputes with the team. So this family is not new to, I guess you could call, controversy. My question to you is, do you agree with Dick Bosa not going back to school and helping the team win a championship and just leaving school altogether to get ready for the next level?
Well, that's got a lot of open ends, to this whole thing. First thing, you actually, do I agree with him?
Mm-hmm.
Nick Bosa, he's looking to play in the NFL to make big bucks.
Right.
Okay. In that respect, I agree with him.
Okay.
Because he figured he If he stopped playing right now, he can heal up and he'll be able, to go to the workout
Combine.
combines, and he'll be able to, to showcase himself.
Okay.
If he continue, heal up and try to play for Ohio State, he may not get to where he need to be and not be in the best condition to, show what he's worth.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, now you look at, let's just say Ohio State.
Okay.
Ohio State saying, okay, well, we're investing in you. We win national championships here. We need you to continue to move on to help us win a national title.
Okay.
So now you saying, okay, you're not going to do this. You're going to not play when there's a possibility that you can get healthy and come back and help us win. Okay, now I'm Ohio State. I'm feeling a certain kind of way about that. Now you have the college. You got everybody in college football saying, hold on, wait a minute. And he does this, how many other players that get hurt that's trying to get in the league is not going to, come back and play, after an injury or whatever because, they scared that it's going to mess up their draft, potential or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got the rest of the, these teams, looking at that. Trust me, they looking at this. They trying to see how the end result. Because this could be a trend now. This is how trends are started.
Okay.
And so that's the whole big thing right there. Because there's so much money in the NFL, they ain't paying these players in college. They ain't paying them nothing. So they like, okay, why am I, I'd come back and bust my ass for Ohio State and I get, or injure myself even more,
Mm-hmm.
and now I can't get into the league and now I'm screwed, my potential NFL career, whatever. So it's just a lot of things going on with that. If I'm him and I have the opportunity that he has, yeah, my college career over. I'm gonna set myself up to play in the NFL. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna agree with this situation also because my thing is this: I don't give a damn what anybody say. Sports is a business. No matter whether it's high school, college, pros. Sports is a business. So my thing is this: Nick Bosa, his body and his play is his business.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to weigh the figures of me healing up and getting ready for the next level compared to playing for the school, and I'm gonna put it out here. Y'all could go ahead at me if you want to. Get with the sports, put it out there like that. Your scholarships ain't shit when you're a number one player or top or first round player going to the next level. Dan, miss me with all the you play. I believe college players need to get paid. They should have a stipend. That's just me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the scholarship, I got you, but you guys making millions, if not billions, on my play, and just
my play, my jersey, my shoes, everything.
And I can't do that, and I can't get no cut out of that. Man, mess me with that. So I agree. I don't say this for everybody. I believe Nick Bosa is that type of player where, you know what, I'm from my understanding, he still ain't really healed from his core muscle injury. So he got to think of himself and his future. And I don't think Ohio State really giving too much flack about the situation because they know where they go. And they got enough players to go ahead and move on what they need to do. But we've seen time and time again where players who have not healed, but they go into the playoffs or go into the bowls and injured themselves more and lost their first round pick and dropped down to the third, down to the fourth, down to the fifth round. And you losing all that money because you was a first round talent. Now you down there because you're injured. So you got to think of yourself first before anything. And you say it's already. You say it could be a trend. It's already a trend because if I ain't mistaken, a couple of years back, Christian McCaffrey didn't play his bowl game when he played for Stanford to get ready for the next round to the next level. I think he went first round to the Carolina Panthers. Okay. So it's you got to think of your future. This, like I said, everything is a business. So I got to do what's good for my business, which is my body.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right, we both agree. So far, so good. I think we've been agreeing on everything we've been talking about. But let's go ahead and get to what we get almost at the end of the show. We're going to get to our NFL picks, where we pick 5 games I think I got on dock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 games on docket. You can see the rest of our picks at our blog page at getwiththesports.wordpress.com. Last week, week 6, I'm proud of you, Brandon. Usually I've been kicking your ass in these picks. But lately, you've been jabbing. I think week 4, we got a pick 'em shut up league on Yahoo Sports that we in. And Brandon won week 4 with a 12-4. I think it was either 12-4 or 12-3. I can't remember 12-3 when the bye weeks came in. But you won week 4. Now I'm sitting here, week 6. I went 11-4. Brandon went 11-4. So my man, proud of you, bro. Like I said, you piqued my interest now. I gotta keep my eye on you, man. But let's go ahead into our 5 games of week 7. First one up, we got the New Orleans Saints that's 4-1. They go to M&T Bank Stadium to play the 4-2 Baltimore Ravens. Now the Baltimore Ravens shocking me. Their defense is legit. I'm gonna go ahead and go first. I'm impressed with what I've seen with the Baltimore Ravens. I already know what we give it to New Orleans Saints. So I think right now we got the number 1 defense going up against the number 1 offense. Now, dude, like I said, we always believe that defense wins championships, but this ain't the championship. This is the regular season. With that being said, we seen how the Saints offense is just like all Pistons are busting. They in line doing what they're supposed to be doing. Drew Brees just broke Peyton Manning's passing record. He's on the roll. 39 years old. He's still rolling. They looking for a championship right now. They look like they want to come out the AFC period to go to the Super Bowl. Baltimore Ravens, I am pleasantly shocked at what they're doing. The defense is holding up the end of the bargain. They've been shutting out teams. I think they just shut out was it Titans last week? Wasn't that? Yeah, they beat the Titans 21-0. They sacked Mariota 11 times. And we'll talk about that later. That doesn't make any sense. You gonna have your quarterback sacked 11 times? Anyway, Baltimore's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Look like Flacco is connecting with his wide receivers. All that being said, bro, I like what I see. The two-headed dragon in the with Kamara and I can't remember that. Mark Ingram supersedes with the running backs they got over in the Ravens. So I'm gonna go ahead and I picked Drew Brees definitely over Joe Flacco. So I'm going with the New Orleans Saints going into M&T Bank Stadium and coming out of there with a W. So I got the Saints over the Ravens. Shouts out to Raven Shogun, a.k.a. JB from Team Board TV. I know you're going to hate that pick, but, hey, man, facts is facts. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead and hurt JB.
Yeah, they Baltimore. They playing good. 4-2. Mm-hmm. They playing good this year. They competing every game or whatever. Like you said, the defense they keeping them in every game, and so it's making for a very interesting division race with them in Cincinnati over there. Unfortunately, this week they're going against the New Orleans Saints, who, like you said, they're running on all cylinders right now. And they playing a little defense. So I think they're gonna bring a little too much to the table against Baltimore, because I think New Orleans can play defense with Baltimore's offense. But if they can't, I don't think Baltimore can get into a shootout with the Saints. They don't have that type of offense.
Right.
So I like New Orleans in this.
Okay, cool. Both got the Saints. Next up on the docket, we got the Dallas Cowboys as 3-3. This is the Cowboys and Indians fight right here. Dallas Cowboys 3-3. Washington professional football team 3-3. It's played in FedEx Field. I'm gonna say this. I'm impressed with what I seen last week with the Dallas Cowboys. They got a legit defense. You know what I'm saying? They beat who was that? Jacksonville Jaguars. That's supposed to be the number one defense. They beat them. Let me make sure I see that 40-7. That's supposed to be the number one defense in the league, and you score 40 points on them, and you stop them from scoring. But that ain't hard with Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles is not that quarterback, and Fournette is still not playing. He still got the hamstring issues. Now we going in Washington. They legit too. It's quiet as kept. I know they 3-3, but you got to keep your eye on that team. You know, Adrian Peterson jamming. Andy, what's the quarterback name? I'm having Smith.
Yeah, Alex Smith.
Alex Smith. He doing a good job with that team. This is what's tipping the scales for me picking Washington. Dallas is 3-0 at home, 3-0, and on the road they're 0-3. Nothing else needs to be said. They're going to FedEx Field. They're going to try their hardest. But I'm picking the Washington professional football team over the Dallas Cowboys. What you got, bro?
Yeah, I'm not convinced about Dallas yet. I know they played good last week against Jacksonville, but, you know, we're going to pick them late. I mean, that game later this segment. So I got a couple things to say about that. But Washington, I like Washington. I like the Alex Smith pickup. Mm-hmm. Adrian Peterson is born again.
Mm-hmm.
Over there, whatever. And I think he's the difference. He's different. Like Dallas Cowboys, as Ezekiel Elliott goes, so does the Dallas Cowboys. Mm-hmm. You know, they play their defense. It's going to be interesting to see which defense show up because they both going to run the football, or at least try. You stated that Dallas hasn't won. All three of their losses come on the road. It's number 40 in because I'm picking Washington.
Yeah, okay, cool. And I'm going to put out there, Josh Norman played like ass week before. Last week, he shut down the Carolina Panthers. I forgot how many interceptions they had, but he shut them down. So Washington defense is legit too. So we both the same. We both picked the Washington professional football team. Let's go ahead and move on. We got the Cincinnati Bengals. That's 4-2 going up to Arrowhead Stadium to play the 5-1 Kansas City Chiefs. They lost their first game last week against the New England Patriots. It was a damn shootout. What was it, 43-40, if I'm mistaken, in Gillette Stadium? So the Kansas City Chiefs are for real. I'm going to let you go first on this one, bro.
Yeah, well, I think Cincinnati's for real, too. I don't know how these guys over there still got their jobs, but they playing like, you know, like they got a notice, you know, in the mail or something. Like, this it. Mm-hmm. You know, Andy Dalton and the coach Marvin Lewis or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, but they playing, they balling. They going against Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, they got into a shootout last week with New England. I'm still not convinced Kansas City and their defense. They playing spurts defensively. Mm-hmm. They rely totally on their offense. I think it's going to be a close game, and I'm going to take Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati pull it, you know.
Okay.
I think I'm not saying New England exposed some things, to, you know, about Kansas City. I mean, they that's a machine over there. But I just got a feeling. I just got a feeling about this game. I'm gonna go with Cincinnati.
All right, cool. Well, you make a legit point. Kansas, like I said, Kansas City Chiefs is offensive heavy. Defense is suspect because even though you scored 40 points, you lost a team that scored 43. That ain't supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't care where you at. The defense has to show up. Cincinnati, on the other hand, I am impressed with what they're doing. That division, the AFC North, is going to be up for grabs between the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Bengals. You know what I'm saying? I think, if I'm mistaken, I'm looking AFC, what did it say, North? Bengals 4-2, Ravens 4-2, Steelers 3-2-1. So it's a 1 game difference. So there's I'm gonna tell you this after they make this pick. There's a lot of divisions out here that's up for grabs, no matter what division you're talking about. But with that being said, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs because they're playing at home, Arrowhead Stadium. That used to be a place where it used to be hard to win. If the defense can't hold Andy Dalton and AJ Green and Joe Mixon, I think as the running back, they're gonna have problems. But I think they're playing at home. They're gonna be energized. Patrick Mahomes gonna be doing the damn thing. Between Patrick Mahomes, that's another weighing issue. Patrick Mahomes and Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is playing good this year. I'm not knocking it, but Andy Dalton's still Andy Dalton, and we know what we're getting with Patrick Mahomes. Hell, Patrick Mahomes is one of my top 5 MVP candidates for this year. I'm put it out there. Yes, at me if you got problems with that. I'll give you my first 5 MVPs, but I'll say that to the end. You tell me what you think. Anyway, that being said, I'm picking the Chiefs over the Bengals. So that's the first thing we said that's different. Let's go ahead and move on and see what happens here. Houston Texans, 3-3, going to TIAA Bank Field to play the 3-3 Jacksonville Jaguars. Who you got, bruh?
I like Houston. I like Houston. Jacksonville, they getting exposed on the defensive side of the ball. Not so much as because of their defensive incapabilities, but it's more so the offensive incapabilities. They can't sustain drives. They can't move the ball. They missed that window to pick up a quarterback last year. Alex Smith should be on this team. You know, that's who they should have picked up, and they will again be Super Bowl contenders. Now they're not. You know, they're let's say fucking 94 Ford with a Cadillac engine. You know?
Okay.
So Houston, they trying to get it together. You know, defensively they moving up there. Offenses coming around too. I just think it's just too much going on with Jacksonville that they can't. Their quarterback is bigger than it's mountain. It's becoming bigger every week now. With every loss, it's the quarterback. It's the quarterback. And so I think it's Houston's game to win.
Okay.
I'm going with Houston.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one too, man. For simple fact, Jaguars. How can I put it? Jaguars have the potential to be great like they did last year. The only problem is Leonard Fournette is still hurt. And that's what made them successful last year. Because we know what we're getting Blake Bortles. I agree with you. Why the hell you ain't changed yet? I don't know. If they keep on losing, they're going to have to make that change. I don't even know who the backup is. But you go out there and you go get Bridgewater from the Saints. You go out there and get Kaepernick off the streets. You go out there and get somebody, because Blake Bortles is not that dude. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
You talking about Eli Manning? Don't get Eli Manning. No, man, forget that.
He's done. Yeah,
He's done. But Bridgewater, I can see him fit in that team precisely. Blake Bortles, only good when he has a running back to open up things where he can run. He's not going to pass the ball. He ain't going to win the game with his arm. He's going to win the game with his feet. And we seen that last year when they went up against the Steelers. I forgot how much he ran more than he threw, if I ain't mistaken.
Yeah.
With that being said, like I said, Leonard Fournette not there. And the Dallas Cowboys showed the Houston Texans what to do defensive-wise. Because they got a stout defense. If I ain't mistaken, I'm going to say the Texans got the same defense, if not better, than the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? So you showed them how to win this game. They're going to go ahead and do the same thing. They got the legit defense to do the same thing. Jadeveon Clowney, J.J. Watt, Merciless. Backfield, they got Tyrann Matthew. It's legit. So I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you. I can't Deshaun Watson. He ain't playing as great as he did last year before he got hurt, but damn it, he's better than Blake Bortles. So I'm gonna go ahead and join you. Pick the Houston Texans over the Jacksonville Jaguars. The last game, we got the 4-2 New England Patriots coming to our hometown, Chicago, Soldier Field, to play our hometown Chicago Bears that should be damn near 4-1, but they're 3-2 right now. I'm gonna put you like this, bro. This ain't even a pick. I'm gonna pick the Patriots. I'm sure you probably gonna pick. I'm gonna let you tell me what you're gonna pick. My question to you is, what does the Bears have to do in order to win this game? That's my question to you. All right, let me ask you, humor me. Who you gonna pick? Bro?
I'm gonna go with New England.
Okay, we both pick Patriots, but right. what do the Bears do in order to even have a chance to win this game? Number one, they're playing at home.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, what they need to do is run the football. Okay.
Who? I'm sorry.
Run the football.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Had to be able to run the football because, one, New England can't score if Tom Brady's standing on the sideline.
Good.
So, two, you can't have turnovers. You got to limit your touches to the Patriots. You can't give them the ball extra, with turnovers. They get one possession, 2 possessions in the quarter. You got to limit it to that and not give them no extra possessions.
Okay.
And the third thing is you got to make Brady get up off the ground. You got to make him get off the ground. I mean, you got to knock him down. Even if you're not sacking him, you got to get to him. And when I say get to him, this is what Brady's weakness is. I'm a Patriot fan. I watch a lot of Patriot games.
Okay.
Pressure up the middle. Brady's not going to scramble. He's not going to run left. He's not going to run right. He likes to step up in the pocket and pick you apart. He gets rid of the ball in less than 3 seconds. So it's got to be, you got to be swift and it's got to come hard, but it's got to come up the middle. You got to make it left or right. That's how you beat the New England Patriots.
Damn.
But can the Bears do that? They got the defense to do it.
Right.
They got the defense to do it. If they beat the Patriots, I would not be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think they're capable of beating them. I just don't think they will.
Okay.
But not this year, not yet. So I'm going with New England.
Okay. But you gave the formula. I totally agree with your formula. I'm picking the Patriots also, but I would love the fact the Bears to go ahead and beat them, do some damage to the Patriots. I agree with you. And the point number 1, limit the turnovers. Don't fumble the ball. Don't do any. The offense got to do their play their part in this game because, like you said, you want to keep Tom Brady off the field and give your defense some rest. Because the defense is going to be doing some – they're going to have to do some work in this game in order to win this game. So give it to Howard. Let him run it. Howard, don't fumble the ball. Do whatever. I like what I seen with Trubisky when they played the Buccaneers. What was it, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions, if I'm mistaken. Last week, he played a good second and third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
First half and the fourth quarter was kind of shady. Limit your let me see. Do what you're comfortable with. I ain't looking for the long passes, dink and dunk just like Tom Brady do. Number 2. Or was that number 1? Number 2. Anyway, next up. Defensive wise, the linebackers and the secondary got to bring their A game. Reason why I said the linebackers, because we know Tom Brady. He'll dink and dunk your ass all the way up the field. Everybody cut through the middle, punish them. What's Edelman? That's his thing. Gronkowski, that's his thing. Secondary, reason why I pull out the secondary, as much as problems as he has, Josh Gordon is that dude. You got to keep your eye on him, making sure you keep up with him. That goes to Fuller, Kyle Fuller. Do your damn job, bro. If the defense do their job, if the offense go ahead and stay on the field long enough to give the defense some rest, like I said, the defense do their job, and I totally agree with you. You got to hit Brady up the middle. I don't know who's going to do it. I don't know Khalil Mack. He comes around the edges. Hakeem Hicks, he did do his damn job. If the defense do their damn job and the offense don't make any turnovers or limit their turnovers,
Right.
Bears can win. But do I agree? I hope so. I pray to it and everything, but like I said, I'm picking the Patriots just like you. So those are picks, people. You can see the rest of our picks on our blog page at getwiththesports.wordpress.com. We didn't talk about any NBA. The NBA season started on Tuesday. We'll talk about that next week. Of course, I don't know what I'm gonna ask you. That's what's the question is next week. How you think our Bulls gonna do? Before we end this show, I put it out there on Instagram and I put it out there on Twitter. High or low? I'm gonna ask you right now, real quick before we end the show. The LeBron James led Lakers. Somebody said that they will be out. One of the persons I talked to said they're gonna be in third. They're gonna have the third spot in the playoffs. Another person told me they're gonna have the fourth spot in the playoffs. So my high low to you is the Los Angeles Lakers will be in the fourth seed in the playoffs this season. High or low? 4.
4. Will they be higher than 4 or lower than 4?
Lower than 4, exactly.
They'll be 4 or lower.
Okay. Shit, they better be happy.
Look at it. I think it's 3 teams already better than them over there.
Name your 3.
Golden State,
Houston,
and personally, I think OKC better than them.
Damn, there you go. I'll even add more. I think Utah better than them. You know what I'm saying? They will make the playoffs. At first, I said they ain't gonna. I don't give a damn if LeBron on the team. Everybody says as long as if LeBron's on your team, you'll make the playoffs.
I believe they'll make the playoffs.
I agree. They be. I'll say 6 or 7. That's my thing. So I'm gonna go low with you.
Okay.
It ain't gonna be 4. It's gonna be 6 or 7. But they'll make the playoffs. So
okay.
All right, bro. Before we close shop, you got anything else to say?
No.
Anything else to put up there? Said no.
It's a lot.
You sure? All right, people.
Sports, we can talk forever. Bro.
I know, right? All right. The crew here at Get With The Sports, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch the 2 Cent Problem Sports podcast. Once again, while you're here, go ahead and click the subscribe button so you can be alerted to all the new episodes we have here at Get With The Sports 2 on our YouTube channel. Find us on Twitter. You can find me at Get With The Sports. Find my partner in crime here, Brandon, at LEB412. Read our post on our blog page at getwiththesports.wordpress.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram at Get With The Sports, or contact us via email at getwithsports2, that's the number 2 at gmail.com. As always, I'm your boy Glass.
And I'm Brandon.
The best tag team tandem out here in sports talk. Be good, be safe, get with it. Peace.